this is Darlene. I thought I would bring you along with me today and show you what I'm doing with all of the zucchini that I have. I have more zucchini than I know what to do with, but there are things that you can do. So the first thing that I did with a whole bunch of my zucchini, I dried it, and see, I have those oxygen that's hard to say, absorbers in there with it, but I used my dehydrator and I dried it, so it's like very crispy, and it smells good too. Okay, so I have 3.5 of these bottles full, and that was at least 4, might have been 5 zucchinis that were at least this size. They were yellow ones, and this one I think was supposed to be yellow, but it turned out green. I don't grow the zucchinis, my neighbor does. The reason I don't grow them, because my neighbor does. And one person can grow enough zucchini for the whole neighborhood. Anyway, let me show you how I prepared them for drying. I have here my KitchenAid food processor, and I just stick them down in here. And it goes down. And actually what I did last time, I cut them up into little chunks and put them down in here without this top thing that I have on there. But I think this might be faster. So I get them down in there. And if it gets down toward the bottom, I've got this little thing I can push. Okay, that's one whole zucchini there. And then I blend this until it's very soft. You can see here. And I put it in a bowl that's actually a colander. So it's got the little holes in it. And it's sitting inside of another bowl. And I sit it in there for a while because, oh, my camera lost you. Okay, there we go. I sit it in there I kind of push it down. Let me see if I can adjust you so you can see. There we go. I push it down in there. I don't necessarily want the zucchini itself down in the big bowl. I'm just trying to get the liquid down into the big bowl, because as you can see from just that little bit that I did, there is a lot of liquid in the zucchini itself. So I let it sit there for a while, several hours, even overnight, and I'll get this clear full. Let it sit there overnight or for several hours until a lot of the liquid is out. And then I spread it out on my dehydrator, and so that it doesn't fall through the cracks on the dehydrator. I know some people have a silicone mat that they put there. I just use parchment paper that's cut in the right shape. With my dehydrator is round, so I have a hole in the middle so the air can get up where it needs to go. And it takes about maybe 5 or 6, 7 hours, not long. Well, my dehydrator it's a Presto, and it doesn't have variable temperatures. It just is all the same temperature. If you had a dehydrator that lets you set the temperature, then you could kind of adjust how you dehydrate it and for how long. But mine, it is what it is. And then when it's all done, I put it in the jars and add a oxygen absorber. Today what I'm going to do with what I'm showing you, I'm going to make some zucchini bread. I might even make some zucchini cookies. But for right now, it's going to be bread. And when I get this full, it's going to be more than I need for one loaf. So it's going to be a bunch of loaves. And I'll bring you along when I put everything together so you see how I make it. Okay, I'm ready to make my zucchini bread. Oh, I thought I had everything out. One thing I did forget was the containers to cook them in. I'm going to set these over here. Okay, I'm going to double the recipe because the recipe that I've got just seems small. Yes, it's for one loaf pan. So I'm going to make 2 loaves for starters. So I'm going to need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour twice. That's 3 cups. It says spooned and leveled. Okay, there's level 1. 2. 3. Flour out of grape. I'm going to start preheating the oven. Okay. Now I need 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon twice. That's 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. That's right here of baking powder. I should put this over where you can see it. Okay, and I need the same amount of baking soda. And the same amount of salt. I have here sea salt. Let's do that. Take the lid off. There we go. Okay, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. That would be doubled. That would be 4 teaspoons. Okay. Of ground cinnamon. Here's my cinnamon right here. So 4 teaspoons of cinnamon. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1/4 of a teaspoon twice would be 1/2. Where's my half? Right here, my 1/2 of a teaspoon. Yes, 1/2 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, ground nutmeg, it says. Okay. Let me take the little. Well, let's see if I can pour this into my spoon. Yeah, that's close enough. I didn't want to get more than what the recipe said because nutmeg's a little strong sometimes. Okay, so where are we at here? It says optional 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips or chopped nuts or raisins, etc. Since it's optional, I'm leaving it out. Next, we have 1 cup of canola or vegetable oil. Okay, so hold on, I gotta go get my oil. Well, I don't own any vegetable or canola oil, but I do own this. This is grapeseed oil. So I'm gonna put in my 1/2 cup twice, that's 1 cup. And I'll use my glass measuring. Let's get that around, there we go. Okay. Set this over out of the way. I'm going to get a big spoon out of my drawer here. Okay. Mix up all my dry things. And I believe these are my wet things I'm putting in now. There. Okay, so on this next item, I'm going to be a little creative. It says 1/2 cup of packed light or dark brown sugar and 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. That adds up to 1 cup. And one cup times 2 is 2 cups. And I am going to use Splenda. So I need 2 cups of Splenda. I'm going to use a 1/2 cup membership because my glass measuring spoon just had oil in it. It would stick. So 2 cups here, so 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2. Okay. Now, I know what my hubby always says. He'll say, that's not sweet enough. You should have put more Splenda in it. So guess what? I'm going to do more. I'm going to do a whole cup more. I know what he'll say. He'll still say, that's not quite sweet enough. Well, what can I tell you? Okay, so I'm going to do some stirring here. The next thing it says to put in here is 1 large egg. It says it needs to be at room temperature, which my eggs aren't quite. I took them out of the refrigerator a little bit ago, but they're still not quite room temperature, but it is what it is. So 1 egg times 2 is 2 eggs. Okay. and 2 teaspoons times 2 is 4. 4 teaspoons of, it says pure vanilla extract. My pure vanilla extract happens to be imitation vanilla flavor. That's just what I have. And I know, don't say anything to me about it, because that's just the way it is. I have what I have. And let me look and see what I just said I needed. 4 teaspoons. Okay. 2 times 2 is 4. One, 2, 3, 4, and a little extra for good measure, because I like it to taste vanilla-y. Okay. And now we're ready for the zucchini. Well, as soon as I get this all stirred up. We'll get this stirred up here first. Just makes everything easier. And the zucchini will add a little bit more moisture. The zucchini's been sitting here for a while, so it's not nearly as water laden as it was. It calls for 1 cup of grated zucchini. 1 times 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2. So we're going to go 2 cups of zucchini. So we'll go with, put these in my, you can sure tell which was the yellow zucchini and which one was the green one. You know, I thought the green one was just a yellow one that didn't turn yellow, but it's actually green. Okay, there's 1. I need 1 more. I know I tried making some zucchini bread, I don't know, a month or so ago, with zucchini that I didn't let it sit and get rid of all the liquid, and it just didn't cook real well because it was too liquidy. And what happened was it was just too puddingy on the inside of the bread. So this shouldn't be that way, because it's moist, but it's not all runny like it was a while ago. All right, I greased my pan so that my bread wouldn't stick. Now I'm going to put half of this in each one. Let me angle this down so you can see a little better. Oh, there we go. Well, a good indication that it's at least going to taste good is because it tastes good. Okay, my oven is preheated to 350. And I will set my timer for, let's see, what does it say? 40 to 55 minutes. It says you might consider loosely covering the bread with aluminum foil about halfway through to prevent browning on the top. I will keep an eye on it and see if that is necessary or not. So I'm going to set my timer for, it says 45 to 55. So I'm going to set my timer, I think I will set it for 55 because that seems to be what my oven usually needs is the maximum time. So setting it for 55. Timer, 5. Yep, okay. All right, I'll show you when it's done. While that's cooking, I will talk to you about what I'm going to do with the rest of that. I still have a lot of that zucchini left. And when those get out of the oven, I think I'll just do it all over again and keep making loaves of zucchini bread until I use up all of what I have prepared. And I still have zucchinis to process. Those were the biggest of the ones I have. But I have some smaller ones. I have a recipe for some chocolate zucchini cookies, which I might make. If I do, I'll make a separate video and bring you along. I could even dehydrate more of it if I take a notion to, but I think I would just like to keep making zucchini bread. We can put that in the freezer and give it as gifts. We'll eat some of it, but we'll give it as gifts also, and just enjoy it during the winter. That's a good way to take care of zucchini. And I have a couple of zucchini recipes too. I can make some zucchini, they were like balls that you mix, I forget what you mix in with them, and fry them up. They become like kind of like fritters, but not quite. They were round like meatballs, only they were made out of zucchini. I might try those to have a recipe or somewhere for those. But I will eventually get all the zucchini used up. So I'm waiting my 55 minutes. For you, it'll be about that long. Let's try that. Well, here it is. My other 2 loaves are in the oven cooking. Now, I'm glad you didn't see the bottom part. I got in a hurry. You're supposed to kind of let them cool before you try to take them out of the pan. And I wanted to get those others in the pan. So what did I do? I tried to take them out of the pan. Well, they were still hot. That one did pretty good. This one, part of the bottom fell off. But it fell off in one big piece, so I flipped it back into its spot and then flipped the whole thing over so you could see the beautiful side. And we'll let these cool off, and we'll wait for the other 2 loaves to get done. They're in the oven cooking. Oh, I don't think you can see. Yeah, you can kind of see them in there. I didn't turn the oven light on. Here, maybe I'll do that. Oven light. Okay. All right, so where are we at here? Yeah, there you go. They're in the oven cooking. And I have some zucchini juice. I put a whole quart of it in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna drink this part. And I still have a bunch of the already processed with the food processor zucchini left. I might make some zucchini bites. I don't know if we'll get around to it today. I'll put that in the refrigerator probably and work on it tomorrow, or maybe I'll do it later this afternoon. I'll get it done eventually, but wanted to show you how to make zucchini bread, and it's gonna be yummy. And I was right about what my hubby said. You didn't put enough Splenda in. Well, I put in more than what the recipe says, so what can I say? He's got a sweet tooth when it comes to his zucchini bread and banana bread, that kind of bread. He likes it to taste sweet, but he doesn't like the actual sugar. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video about making zucchini bread, what to do with more zucchinis than you know what to do with. And we'll see you on the next video. It might be about zucchinis again, and it might not be. Whatever it is, I hope you'll watch it. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I invite you to do that. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It's my understanding that the thumbs ups help the channel grow. At least I'm hoping that's the case, that we continue to grow, and to share my videos and comment. I love comments, and I try to respond to all of them. If you make a comment and I haven't responded to it, make another comment and say, how come you didn't respond to my comment? But I think I've gotten most of them. The only ones I don't comment on are those ones that just are a bunch of alphabet letters with a dot in the middle. I figure those are spam, so I delete them. So unless you've given me one, if you say real words to me, I respond. Well, I'll see you in my next video, and until then, you know what I always say, may the good Lord richly bless you. Bye. Much to my surprise, my hubby liked it. He didn't say it was not sweet enough. Yum.